you tax that 50%, $50 billion at 20%, we can do $10 billion a year and easily pay for the wall just through that mechanism alone.
Emerging markets are bracing for impact after the Trump administration signalled it may overhaul the US tax code with a border adjustment tax. House Republicans want to use this to pay for an across-the-board corporate tax cut and a border wall with Mexico. But some very severe repercussions for the global economy could follow, especially in Asia, where countries have spent decades building economies around exporting to the US. China, Japan and Vietnam are 3 of the top 5 biggest exporters to the US. As imports from these countries fall, exports from the US will rise and the trade deficit would close. That would create one unintended consequence of the tax: a potentially significant strengthening of the US dollar. That's something Donald Trump suggested he wants to avoid. Credit Suisse analysts say that this surge could prove disruptive to Asian currencies and financial markets. It expects the region to see a 3 to 4% drop in exports. That's if the dollar remains around its current levels. But if it continues to rally, then there's another aspect to consider, which is debt. Currencies might depreciate in the face of lower export demand. But a stronger greenback would then make it much more expensive for overseas borrowers to repay the $10 trillion of foreign debt denominated in US dollars. This all comes at a time when central banks have already pushed interest rates to near historic lows.